Hello and welcome back to Football Scrutiny, the Champions League final between Paris Saint-Germain and Bayern Munich. Emmanuel Neuer helping his side reclaim the Champions League. Let's start with the lineups then, starting with Paris Saint-Germain. 4-3-3 on paper. In the defensive phase they had more of a 4-5-1 in that defensive mid-block with Mbappe and Di Maria dropping a little bit further back to create that 5 midfield. A little bit disappointed with this. I would have preferred Mbappe higher up the pitch. In the attacking phase, of course, that 4-3-3 a little bit more evident. Bayern Munich lined up with their 4-2-3-1. The only real change was Coman on that left-hand side instead of Perisic, and this, for me, is what changed the game. The pace up front, Gnabry and Coman on the wings, forcing Paris Saint-Germain to try and drop back a little bit deeper, try and block those passes coming inside, but also needing support for their left and right backs due to the pace of Gnabry and Coman. Higher up the pitch, they've really used the wide players, Gnabry and Coman, to try and pressurise the fullbacks, the centre-backs and the goalkeeper when playing out from the goal kicks. And then, of course, defending with that high 4-2-3-1 with that high defensive line, which we'll talk about a little bit later. Lots of mobility on the sides, Müller often dropping into the right-hand side, Kimmich playing inside as well in the attacking phase, leading to the goals. Let's have a look at the goal kick, high press from Bayern Munich. As we already showed against Barcelona in the quarter-finals, Gnabry and Perisic, the wide players, pushing up. Meanwhile, Lewandowski and Müller and Goretzka and Thiago picking up the players in the middle of the pitch. Similar pressing in this game. As we can see, Gnabry and Coman pushing up high, and now Lewandowski and Müller picking up the double pivots, and Goretzka picking up Herrera, Thiago free to try and sit in front of Neymar. When the ball would be passed on the centre-backs, the wide players would then go and push in using their cover shadow to prevent the ball coming to the fullback on their side. So this is that image against Barcelona, and this is almost a mirror image. The only difference is there's slightly less players in the middle of the pitch with a single pivot in this video, whereas a double pivot today against Paris Saint-Germain. Here you can see that double pivot, and this time Lewandowski and Müller dropping onto them, and Coman and Gnabry ready to go and press the centre-back which the ball will come to, leaving the full-backs in their cover shadow. As we can see here, Coman really going in to push Thiago inside. And Gnabry, of course, trying to cover shadow the pass into Wambanat, which he's doing quite effectively on this occasion. And this was a different occasion where the ball is then passed back into the goalkeeper and Gnabry goes to press again. Double pivots being picked up by Lewandowski and Müller. And in the end, Paris Saint-Germain didn't get any success, so they decided to try and play long. High press and open play. Whenever the ball was passed backwards, Bayern Munich would jump out to press. As we can see here from Lewandowski signalling to Thiago to come and pick up the man behind him so that he can then jump out and press Silva. As we can see here now, Thiago has come in to pick up that man. Lewandowski does go and push onto Silva, and Müller is then using his cover shadow to block the pass into the other centre-back whilst also preventing a back pass to the goalkeeper. Davies at the bottom of your screen getting ready to jump. And then, of course, he does jump and they prevent them from playing out. High press from PSG. This is the way that they pressed. For me, I was a little bit disappointed with the height of the press from Mbappe. They used Herrera to cover Thiago in the middle of the pitch and Di Maria and Neymar higher up. When the ball would come over the top into the fullback, it would be Marquinhos that would then jump out and then the team would obviously shift across. But for me, disappointing to see Mbappe so far back. I would have preferred to have seen Neymar in Herrera's position and Mbappe further forward where Neymar is. And there we can see when the ball comes over Di Maria's head, that then Marquinhos will then jump out and press. And the reason that I'm saying this is because this is an example where they win the ball back, and look at the position in which Mbappe is then able to start the counter-attack. For me, he's too deep. He should be playing on the edge of the shoulder of the last defender, using his pace where he's the most dangerous and effective. So that mid-block defence then from Paris Saint-Germain, due to the wide players with so much pace, Gnabry and Coman, especially on the left with Davies, Di Maria had to drop back, and Mbappe would also drop back as well. Nice and compact in the middle of the pitch, 4-5-1, preventing those passes. Coming into the middle of the pitch, into Müller, Lewandowski, Gnabry when he would come inside also, and Coman. I would have preferred though Mbappe to going out to press, Di Maria high up the pitch as well then, and Neymar, those three really looking to counter-attack. I wanted to see PSG making the most of that high line from Bayern Munich. Okay, so here we can see Neymar leading the press and Mbappe further back with Di Maria. And again, that really tight midfield, trying to prevent passes coming inside and trying to press on the sides. What they gained in defence, they lost in attack though, for me. Okay, so that high line from Bayern Munich here, exactly the same. Davies did this against Lyon, and we showed that in our pre-match preview, that this high line, Davies will get caught out like this, and Di Maria arcing his run, and if that ball had come in at this point here, there would have been real trouble. Another high line, this time no pressure on the ball, Mbappe looking to get him behind, and he does, and this was an opportunity for Bayern. And this is an opportunity for PSG. This is exactly what I wanted to see. Mbappe playing on the shoulder of the last defenders. Again, no pressure on the ball, counter-attack, Mbappe looking to get him behind. He then plays in Neymar, and this was their best chance of the game, certainly in the first half. Neymar striking the ball against the goalkeeper Neuer. Another long ball over the top, Mbappe playing on the edge of the shoulder of that high defensive line from Bayern. So let's look at the Bayern attack then. This is just one of the early opportunities where Lewandowski hit the post. But the impressive thing for me was Müller dropping onto that side of the pitch, putting in some beautiful crosses. This one coming into Coman and just missing the ball by inches. And that was a sign of things to come. Here, a little bit later, Müller dropping out onto that right hand side again, putting a nice cross in. And of course, this time Lewandowski heading the ball from 6 yards out, just failing to score. This time in the second half, and this leading to the goal, Gnabry pulls the back into Müller, and this is one of the best layoffs I've ever seen, by the way. Covered by three players, the ball gets blasted into Müller, first time layoff, straight into the feet of Kimmich. And then Kimmich puts in this wonderful pass in behind that defensive line from PSG, and Coman makes it 1-0 to Bayern Munich. In the second half also, Kimmich started to come inside, almost like a false fullback, coming inside into the midfield, and Thiago finding him beautifully in between the lines, receiving the ball and playing forward. Coman so dangerous on the left hand side, here looking for a one-on-one against the defender, which of course he gets past him and then puts a cross into Lewandowski, and this is one of the best clearances I've seen, by the way. Just gets his head on it. And this is another example of Thiago playing the ball inside into Kimmich. Kimmich plays the ball inside, gets offloaded again into Müller, and he puts in another one of those crosses to the back post. And Coman, arriving late, unlucky not to get on the score sheet again. This one from the first half, Gnabry looking to get inside, in behind that high defence from PSG as they're moving out. Unlucky, just missing the ball on this occasion. And this time with that high line from PSG and a counter-attack stepping out. If they'd have played that ball in at this moment, then they wouldn't have been offside and there would have been an opportunity to score the first goal of the game. Attack from PSG. So Neymar, Mbappe and Di Maria, exactly where you want them, running at the defence against Bayern Munich. And then Herrera trying to put this ball beautifully into the path of Di Maria. And Di Maria, unfortunately, is so left-footed, he puts this one right over the bar with his right foot. And best chance of the first half was from a poor pass from Alaba, puts it across straight into Mbappe. Mbappe plays a little 1-2, and then you would have bet on him from scoring from here. Unfortunately, hits it straight to the keeper. Good positioning from Neuer, give him credit. That should really have been 1-0 to Paris Saint-Germain. Two really great opportunities for PSG in the first half and didn't take either of them. This time, quick pass from a free kick from Verratti, who came on in the second half. Ball over the top to Di Maria, who then puts in the cross. Marquinhos hitting the ball from 6 yards out, just missing. Again, that's three great opportunities this time. Mbappe was offside when the ball gets slipped into him, but again Neuer jumps out, makes a tremendous save. And in the last minutes, this ball in from Mbappe, and then as he chips the ball across the box, look at how close PSG were to equalising in the 92nd minute. One little touch on the ball, and that is 1-1 and going into extra time. Didn't come off though, and they still had one final chance in the last minutes. Counter-attack, Neymar driving down from the left, and as he puts the cross in, Davies getting his body in front of the striker, great body position, and out-strengthening the striker in the last kicks of the game. So in conclusion, that 4-5-1 mid-block for me, I understand it, using a lot of players to try and block those passes coming inside and trying to press the side of the pitch. However, I would have liked to have seen Mbappe further up the pitch and Neymar pressing the pivots. Pressing without Mbappe, for me, left him in areas which didn't make him effective in the counter-attacks, and they wasted too many opportunities. They had great chances to score, but wasted too many opportunities. And Bayern, that high press, forcing PSG to lose the possession quite regularly, really struggled to play out from the back and resorted to counter-attacks during the game. And then I've highlighted Coman, Kimmich. Coman was brilliant on that left-hand side until he came off. Almost unplayable, and for about 15 minutes in the match he was almost unplayable. And Kimmich was brilliant all the way throughout the game. Coming inside, playing passes, crosses for the first goal. Really, really top young player. And in the end, Bayern Munich deserved to win the Champions League of 2019-2020. If you like this video, please subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you don't miss any of our videos, and we'll see you soon for our next analysis in the upcoming season.